Watching the presentation of the medals and the bracket to the top 6 competitors at 119 at this year's state tournament. The champion at 119 getting the medal in green. Why not? He's from Leavenworth Immaculata for the Raiders. Greg Ernzen, a sophomore. He defeated Peter Koster from Hoxie, a freshman, 5-1. Taking third, Josh Price of Stockton. Brent Porter of Leota was fourth. Van Skyver from Plainville was fifth, and it was Paul Leiker of Hoisington sixth at 119. On the mat to 130, again Mike Dawes from the Andale Indians against Zach Luha from the Ellis Railroaders. Luya from the Ellis Railroaders in black. Spelled L-U-E-A, Luya.
Yeah, Zach had a brother who was a pretty good wrestler a couple of years back too, so no stranger.
In Zach in black. Dawes from Andale. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Andale's black and gold.
Andale's black and gold, and Zach, I rhymed anyway, Fred. I thought I'd try it.
Yeah, I thought it was good myself.
Minute 13 into this first period. 2 points scored there.
Dawes just got reversal there. He was fourth here last year as a freshman at 119 pounds, and Luya finished sixth at 125. So they've both been here before. They both know what it's all about. I know Dawes told me out in the hall earlier that he had started messing around with wrestling when he was 3 and started wrestling seriously when he was about 5. So he's been around it for a few years.
But not as many as you, but just a few.
Well, almost as many as me.
Tie score, down on the mat on all fours, the wrestler in orange and black, Zach Luya. I always want to say Luya. I've got the director in my ear reminding me, and you reminded me, Luya.
Luya's about to get a reversal here. He's still out in the front, though, so he had to come around and back and established his control. Now he's probably going to get, well, who knows. Dawes is coming right back into it. Looks like he's going to be able to stop it. They'll probably call a stalemate here pretty soon if something doesn't happen.
20 seconds left in the first period. Tie score 2-2.
Dawes got a 2 count there for a 2-point near fall. He was in the position of advantage, and Luya's shoulders were exposed to the mat, and he controlled him there long enough to get a 2 count.
5 seconds left in the first period. And it's going to go 4-2. Mike Dawes, a sophomore from Andale, out in front for the Indians, and head coach Doug Broadfoot, as you heard Fred say, fourth last year at 119. Regional champion from the regional at Douglas. His only loss to a wrestler from Nickerson?
He lost to a Showalter from Nickerson, who I believe is the top-ranked wrestler at this weight in Class 4A. So he's got a legitimate loss, but he'd beaten Showalter once also this year, so he's no slouch. Nice standing switch. He's got his 2-point reversal out of it.
Well, he's an aggressive wrestler, is Dawes, a sophomore. In his semifinal match against Stanley from Oberlin, he won 15-7, so he can crank up the points. He also won his quarterfinal match 15-8 over Ahlstrom of Hoxie, so he's able to rack up the points.
He's got an 18-3 there in the first round also, so he likes to score. And the more you can score, he's doing some more of that right now. He's got Luya on his back. He's trying to get those shoulders down.
Luya did a nice job of bridging out and avoiding that situation, but he's still going to give up some points. 3 points, 9-2, as he almost had that fall. 9-2, Dawes leading Luya from Ellis. Luya's had a great season. He comes in with a mark of 23-5 for head coach Ron Long and the Ellis Railroaders. He was the regional champion. He took second at the Mid-Continent League, second to Spiegel of Smith Center, and he was a state qualifier as a sophomore, and last year he took 6th at 125, so in the medals.
Yes.
Had a great career at the high school level.
Did an excellent job coming out of that pin there. I'd really be surprised if we have any pins tonight, but I've been surprised more than once in my life. So.
Well, I like what you said early on. Instead of the parade of champions, it should be the parody of champions, and I think that really is indicative of the results, because we probably won't see a lot of pins, and we might be wrong, but so far there have been none.
Yeah, and things could go either way in most of these matches. So it's like one coach said, he said, we beat this kid pretty bad last week, but he said that's no indication of how close a match it was.
Luya had a good semifinal match as he had a pin or a technical fall with 1 minute left, or 1 minute into the match. Bocanegra the wrestler that he beat. Where's Bocanegra from? I forgot.
He's from Leota.
Leota.
He came in ranked number 2, and he's an excellent wrestler, but he just couldn't keep it up last night. That Friday's a pretty tough day in these tournaments, and I'll tell you, you've got the nerves to contend with. You've got the fact that you're going to wrestle 3 matches that day if you keep winning, and it's just a pretty tough day.
That's the end of this period, and the sophomore Dawes from Andale has this one in control, at least to this point. We'll see what happens in the final 2 minutes of the match against Luya from Ellis. When was the last time that these finalists wrestled? Was it earlier today or yesterday?
They wrestled last night. The semifinals started last night at 8:30 and ran till about 11:30. So this is the last time these boys have wrestled. They should be fresh and ready to go tonight.
Luya's hanging on to Dawes' leg, and Dawes can't step away, but Luya's just desperately trying to hold on and pulls him back down.
Okay, Luya started on the bottom. If he can get his head out of there, he's going to get a reversal. Right now, referee Adams feels like he doesn't have enough control to give the reversal, so he's waiting until that head comes out. You notice I said referee Adams. I didn't tell you his first name because he and his brother are both here, and I can never keep straight which one's Jeff and which one's Aaron. Okay, Dawes scored a 3-point near fall there and kicked Luya away, so he didn't lose any more than 1 point.
A nice move by Dawes. He is very strong in the upper body. Again, just a sophomore.
Nice takedown, a single leg takedown for Dawes. He's just pretty much putting on a clinic out there, really.
A minute left in this third period. 14-3, Dawes out in front. Well, the minute I mispronounced Zach's last name, our director from Ellis made it a point to tell me. I figured he'd know, right?
Well, he should. Thinks he does anyway.
Yes. 3 more points stacked on for Mike Dawes. Boy, Zach Luya.
We're 1 point away from a technical fall here. We got a 14-point spread. Technical fall comes at 15-point spread, and we're 1 point away from that.
Well, this is not indicative of the kind of season that he's had, as we said, coming in 23-5. Terrific season, great tournament, great career for the Railroaders as he's made it to state 3 times.
Takes a pretty good kid to wrestle 28 times and win 23 of them.
32 seconds left and counting. Again, a full house at Gross Memorial Coliseum. This will be the site of the 1A State Basketball Tournament coming up, let's see, March 9th through the 12th. So hope to see you there for that. The pageantry, the color, the spirit, the tradition. This place is great. Nothing like it. High school athletics. 13 seconds and counting. 17-3. And Mike Dawes, a sophomore from Andale, will move to 36-1 as a sophomore.
Got to say something about Dawes. He put the pressure on all the way. He never slacked off once. He could have, with a 14-point lead, he could have sat back there and waited and let Luya move on him, but he kept the pressure on all the way.
And for Zach Luya, again, the senior finishes with a mark of 23-6. Good season, good match for Mike Dawes, a sophomore. He gets a state medal, his second trip to state, so he has a chance yet to put a couple more seasons together. Coming up next at the 135 bracket, Andy